Good morning, children. It is a lovely morning here at Magee High School. We are Magee High Insider, and we have a lot of stories to go through today. For our first story of today, what goes down in Children's Town, with our leader, Lauren Rankin, she has some interesting interviews going over our homecoming. Here's Lauren with details.
This is Lauren Rankin with your homecoming update. Your maids are Lauren Rankin, Armaya Williamson, Caitlin Hayes, Kiera Robinson, Kamaya McCann, Mila Davis, Jasmine Malloy, Sarah Kraft, Alyssa Payne, and Madison Norwood. This week was your homecoming dress-up week, and on yesterday we voted for your 2021 homecoming queen. The parade last night was a big success, and so was the pep rally this morning. And tonight is the final night where you will get to see all your beautiful maids all dressed up, and you will get to see who is crowned for the next 2021 homecoming queen.
Thanks, Lauren, for those interesting interviews about our homecoming. As a reminder, our homecoming is this Friday at Magee High School for our homecoming, where we will be introducing the homecoming queen for our halftime. For our next story today, we have our Trojan Tea, which we will be interviewing band members of the Magee High School with our new band competitions that we have been going over for the past 3 weeks. Anaya and Kira has more details.
Today we will discuss the journey of the Magee High School Marching Band. What do you feel like the band's weaknesses were?
The biggest thing that was keeping us back, there were a few things. We lost a good bit of rehearsal time due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The whole school got shut down, and then a week later, after we got back, we ended up losing half of our band members. And I don't know how many of you have been part of band, but it's really hard to clean the music and the show with half of the people missing. But after that, we started getting our stuff together, and we were able to put almost all of the show on for our first competition in Gaucher. And then a week later, the students were able to put in a good chunk of extra time, thanks to fall break, to allow us to get the whole show onto the field.
Okay. What was the greatest performance of all seasons and why?
I'd have to say our best performance was the other night in Raleigh. We had a really solid performance. All the electronics were working, all of the balance of the music was hitting, people were hitting their sets better than they had been. And so I was really proud of that performance.
What do you think are the band's strengths, and what are the areas you can improve as individuals?
You say the band's strengths? I feel like some of our band's biggest strengths are the students' willingness to, take the extra time that's needed to make sure that we have the best product possible. I was constantly getting asked, hey, can we have extra rehearsal time here? Can we stay a little later there? And having that internal motivation is great. And as far as improvements for next season, we could probably have a bit more planning. I got here back in January, and ideally I'd like to have the show picked by December. So that will be something that we can work on for next year.
What are the areas you think we can improve as a whole band?
Areas that I think we can improve on as a whole band, just making sure that we're all there, all committed 100% of the time, and making sure that we buy into the whole process from fundamentals all the way to the hard parts of the show.
What do you feel like the color guard's weakness were?
I felt like most of our weakness was really technique-wise. I guess some people just weren't giving their all in the routine, and I felt like that greatly affected how we performed and how we conveyed the message of the show to the band.
Best performance of all season, why?
Worst or best?
Greatest performance.
Greatest. Okay, so greatest. I would say Pearl in the Friday before Pearl competition, because I personally did very well on my solo at Pearl, and I felt like that was the color guard's highest point, was Pearl.
What do you think we could have done better as a whole color guard?
I think we could have put in a little bit more effort because for some people, I just didn't feel like they were giving it their all, and and that, just more effort into giving your routine your all.
What do you think are the guard strengths, and what are the areas we could improve as a whole guard team?
The strengths. I felt like, that's a tough question. Okay, so our strengths would definitely be how we conveyed the message onto the field, because some of us, we were being very great with our facial expressions. We were showing off our posture, chest up, chin out, being proud of what we do. And weaknesses, what we could have done better. I felt like we could have done better with counting and making sure that we were, all together and we spent as a whole guard. And I feel like that would have greatly affected our scoring at competitions, and I felt like that would have totally gotten us to a better place.
What do you feel like the band's weaknesses were?
In my opinion, a lot of the weaknesses were mostly in our marching on time and playing on time and just keeping it all together. And we probably we just didn't work together as a team as well as we should have.
What was the greatest performance of the season, and why?
The best performance of our season was at the Raleigh away game, the night before competition at Petal. And it was probably one of the best ones because just the warm-ups beforehand, everybody was listening, paying attention. We were all on our A game, focusing, and then we went out on the field and we all played together like a team, like we should have been doing all season long.
What do you think you could have done better as an individual?
As an individual, I probably could have goofed off a little less, which if I would have did that, it would have made it less fun. So I wasn't going to do that anyway. I try to keep the fun in it, but honestly, I could have put more time and dedication than I did into my music looking back, but I'm happy with where I'm at.
What do you think are the band strengths are, and what are the areas you can improve as a whole band?
A lot of our strengths are really just a big one is enjoying being around the people around you. That way there's no problems. And a lot of the people do get along very well, and that creates for a good band. A good band is a good family. And improvement-wise, we probably could have did better on focusing on our music and paying attention to our leaders and Mr. G better than we did. And we could have really kept in step and in time a lot better than we did at performances. But that's about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anaya and Kira, for those amazing interviews from our band students. Our band members have been going hard and doing hard work for their band show, Samurai and the Maiden, for the past 3 months to present to you all at their state competitions. For our last story of today, we have our Children's Sports Center led by Zion Hobbs. He has interviewed the head coach of the Lady Trojans and some of the players from the Lady Trojans. He had some interesting questions and they had some awesome answers. Zion, take it away.
Hey, my name is Beatty.
Beatty, what excites you about this year's basketball season?
This year's basketball season excites me because we have a bunch of little kids or younger kids that can develop experiments and fundamentals that can help us. And we possibility, hopefully, praise God, that we can go to the big house. Amen.
Okay. What is something that keeps you motivated in basketball?
Everybody, the team. Do it for the kids. The little ones like Nicole, gotta do it for Nicole. We gotta stay together. We're a bond, we all make a bond. Gotta be able to do it for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name Cole.
All right. Hey, what excites you about this year's basketball season?
Oh, the team we playing. I want my rematch.
Okay. What's something that keeps you motivated in basketball?
My coach
Coach Young?
and the players.
Okay. Thank you.
You will. Get the thing out.
Hey, my name is Tanaya.
Okay. Hey, Tanaya, what excites you about this year's basketball season?
It excites me like me growing as a person, growing with the team, is developing, growing as people, and going to the championship.
Okay. What is something that you want to accomplish this year?
I want to get better as a post and a guard and learn how to dribble and stuff like that. Because, you know, big muff don't play with me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Zion, for those amazing interviews, and thank you for the head coach and the players that were interviewed for all their answers and all of their professionalism that they did from that interview. We want to thank all of you for watching us today on this lovely morning. We are Magee High Insider. We are awesome. We are powerful. We are the future. Thank you. Have a nice day.